In the heart of Udine Kingdom, surrounded by thick forests and hidden waterfalls, lived a young warrior named Obina, strong, brave, and deeply respected. From childhood, he was trained to become a protector of the land. His father, who passed when Obina was just a child, had once been a great hunter, and people whispered that he died defending the kingdom from something too strange to explain. Now a grown man, Obina carried the weight of that mystery like a shadow. One sunny afternoon, during the Igbo Ease festival, Obina saw her. Amaka. She danced like the breeze, her steps soft but powerful. Her eyes sparkled like the early morning dew, and her smile made even the elders pause. She was the daughter of Chief Edu, one of the most powerful men in the village. But there was something more about her, something ancient, mysterious, almost spiritual. Everyone admired her beauty, but no man dared to seek her hand in marriage. Why? They said those who tried never returned from the forest. But Obina didn't believe in tales meant to scare men. His heart, innocent and bold, chose love over fear. He began to visit Chief Edu's compound, bringing yams, palm wine, and gifts. At first, Amaka avoided him, giving brief smiles and leaving quickly. But over time, her heart softened. One moonlit night, as they sat near the stream, Amaka whispered, "Obina, some things are not meant to be. There are secrets in Udine that should never be uncovered." But he took her hand and replied, "Even if the truth is a forest with no road, I will walk it, if you are the tree that gives me shade." Amaka wept. She knew she loved him, but she also knew the curse she carried, the curse of the first bride. Long before she was born, her mother had made a promise to the gods to protect an ancient brotherhood that worshipped the spirit of the leopard. These men were said to live as humans by day, but at night, they took the form of leopards to defend sacred secrets. It was a covenant forged in blood and silence. But somewhere along the line, the brotherhood became consumed by power. They started using their gifts to punish, to control, to silence anyone who questioned them. The spirit of justice was replaced by pride. And the punishment? The first daughter of the chief's bloodline, Amaka, was chosen to carry a hidden burden. Any man who dared to love her without permission from the brotherhood would vanish without trace, not by force, but by fate. Signs of danger. Just days after Obina and Amaka announced their love to the village, strange things began to happen. The king's guards reported hearing roars in the forest at midnight. Livestock went missing. A goat was found far from the village, untouched by animal bites, but lying peacefully as if it had simply stopped breathing. One evening, Obina's cousin Ikenna, a bold young hunter, followed the sound of footsteps into the woods. Only his slippers and a torn piece of his wrapper were found near a tree the next morning. The villagers became afraid. Some whispered, "The Leopard Brotherhood is awake again." Chief Edu called for a private meeting with Obina and Amaka. His voice was low and trembling as he said, "You're a good man, Obina, but my daughter was promised to the Brotherhood. If you proceed with this union without their blessing, you may not survive the night." But Obina stood tall and replied, "I may not know the ways of ancient cults or hidden spirits, but I know love, and no shadow will steal it from me." Amaka burst into tears. That night, she went into the sacred forest, barefoot, her white cloth soaked in rain and tears. She knelt before an old shrine built from clay, feathers, and carved stones. "Ancestors," she cried, "please, don't take him from me." But the wind howled in reply. A shadow moved behind the trees. The ground shook faintly, and the voice of the leopard's spirit echoed deep in the forest. "He must pass the trial, or he must join us." The sun set slowly behind the Oba hills, casting long shadows across Udine Kingdom. Birds flew in silence. The drums that once beat joyfully now echoed with uncertainty. Tonight was the wedding. The whole village gathered. Palm wine flowed. The elders sat in a circle, singing ancient songs. But there was something unusual. The air felt heavier, like something unseen was watching. Obina and Amaka sat side by side, adorned in white wrappers, coral beads, and smiles that hid their fear. They looked like royalty, but deep within their hearts, both knew something dangerous was close. Amaka whispered, "Obina, if anything happens tonight, don't run, don't shout. Just follow the path your spirit shows you." He nodded, confused but calm. The first sign. As the night grew deeper, The villagers left one by one, returning to their huts. The stars blinked in the sky. Then it began. A loud rustle in the forest. Then a second. Obina opened the door of their hut slightly. The wind held suddenly. The fire outside extinguished itself. He stepped back slowly. From the shadows, he heard it. A low growl. Not from a dog. Not from a hyena. But something deeper. Something ancient. Suddenly, the windows flew open. Amaka collapsed to her knees and screamed, not in fear, but in prayer. Spirits of my ancestors, protect him. Obina turned toward her. And there it was. Golden eyes. Inhuman eyes. Watching him from outside. The battle in the spiritual realm. Before he could move, Obina fell into a trance. His body went still, but his spirit, yes, his very chi, was pulled into another realm. He stood in a forest that glowed blue and gold. There, in front of him, stood 7 warriors with leopard skins, masks covering their faces. One of them stepped forward. You were warned, the voice said. No man touches the daughter of the Brotherhood. Obina clenched his fists. I loved her. I still do. The spirits raised their hands. And Obina found himself lifted into the air, choking, gasping, until the voice of an old woman echoed through the forest. He carries my blood. Release him. A beam of light exploded from the sky, and a figure stepped forward. It was his grandmother, long dead, but powerful in spirit form. Her face was fierce. He is protected by the lineage of truth. Let the battle be fair. And just like that, a staff appeared in Obina's hand, glowing with fire. Meanwhile, in the physical world, Amaka, still kneeling, drew a chalk symbol on the floor, a forgotten ritual only her mother had taught her. A dark wind pushed through the room. Candles flickered. Shadows on the wall formed leopard shapes, circling her. Then suddenly, silence. Obina opened his eyes. He gasped, sweating, alive. He had passed the first trial. But the mark of the Brotherhood, a leopard-shaped scar, now burned faintly on his chest. The morning after, Chief Idu arrived at dawn, expecting tragedy. Instead, he found Obina alive and Amaka smiling weakly. I don't understand, he whispered. No man has ever survived the wedding night. Amaka replied softly. He's not just a man. He's the one who will break the curse. The villagers start to talk. By midday, rumors had spread. Obina fought the leopard spirits and lived. The curse is broken, or has it only just begun? Some celebrated, but not all. Deep inside the forbidden cave of the Brotherhood, a masked elder stood before a mirror. He had watched everything. They think the curse is over? The real trial begins now. The mirror cracked, and blood-red smoke rose from the stones.